People love to say the same thing about the .410. It's a beginner's shotgun. It's weak. It's basically a toy. That belief is not just wrong, it's dangerous. Because in the wrong hands, or the right hands, a .410 can be faster, deadlier, and more versatile than shotguns twice its size. Today, we're not talking about cute training guns. We're talking about engineering monsters. Shotguns that hold more rounds than physics should allow, hit harder than trusted handgun calibers, and cost anywhere from less than a cheap optic to more than a used car. This countdown will destroy everything you think you know about the .410. And we're not starting at the top. We're starting with the kind of gun you'd throw in the back of a truck, forget for months, and still trust with your life. Number 10. Rossi Tuffy .410. The gun you can forget, and it still works. This is not a pretty gun. It's not tactical. It doesn't impress anyone at the range. And that's exactly why it's dangerous. This is the kind of shotgun you don't baby. You throw it in the truck, you drag it through mud, you leave it forgotten until the day you actually need it. We're talking about a single-shot .410 that weighs under 3 pounds, lighter than most rifle barrels by themselves. Break action, polymer stock, zero frills. But here's the genius detail most people miss. Extra shells are stored inside the stock itself. No pouch, no vest, no gear, just crack it open, load, fire. The entire gun breaks down in seconds. No tools, no nonsense. It's designed for people who don't care about looks, only about survival. You could drop it in mud, leave it in the rain. Forget it for months, and when you open it again, it still fires. That's why people who live far from roads and far from help love this gun. At a price that costs less than a decent optic, this becomes priceless when food, protection, or a single clean shot actually matters. This is not a range toy. This is a last resort tool. And if this is number 10, you're not ready for what's coming next. Number 9. Mossberg 500 Turkey .410. When precision matters more than power. Some guns win by brute force. This one wins by precision. This is the .410 built for hunters who don't miss, because missing isn't an option. It's a pump-action platform that's been abused, dropped, soaked, and still trusted by people whose seasons depend on one clean shot. 6 pounds of pure reliability, balanced, simple, ruthless in its consistency. But what makes this .410 different is what happens 40 yards downrange. With the right choke and modern TSS loads, this shotgun throws patterns so tight they rival larger gauges. Without the recoil, without the punishment. Fiber optic sights glow in low light. Controls are ambidextrous. Dual extractors rip shells out even when everything is wet, dirty, and cold. This is the gun you take out before sunrise. Not hands shaking, breath slow, one chance. And when you press the trigger, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. No drama, no excuses. People joke that the .410 is too small for serious hunting, until they watch a bird drop cleanly before the echo fades. This shotgun doesn't shout. It whispers and ends the conversation. But things are about to change fast, because the next gun asks a dangerous question. What if a shotgun handled like an AR-15? Number 8. ATI Omni Hybrid .410. When a shotgun starts thinking like an AR-15. At some point, someone looked at a shotgun and thought, why does this feel old? Why does it reload slow? Why does it handle like a fence post? And why can't it adapt to different missions? Number 8 is the answer to all of that. This is the .410 that ditches tradition completely and borrows its brain from the AR-15 world. Semi-auto, gas-operated, fast, no pumping, no breaking open, just pull the trigger and stay on target. What immediately stands out is how familiar it feels. Your hands already know where everything is, the grip angle, the safety placement, the balance. It shoulders like a rifle, not a shotgun. And then you notice the rails. Top rail, side rails, bottom rail. This thing is a blank canvas. Red dot for home defense. Magnified optic for hunting. Light, laser, vertical grip. If it fits on an AR, it fits here. The gas system is tuned specifically for .410 shells, so follow-up shots are smooth and fast. No fighting recoil, no waiting for the gun to settle. That changes everything, because now the .410 isn't just manageable, it's aggressive. This is the gun you configure, reconfigure, and configure again. Teenager, adult, tall, short. The stock adjusts in seconds. One platform, multiple rolls, and the price? Less than what most people spend on a single optic. But don't get comfortable, because the next entry breaks a rule so badly that most people don't believe it exists until they see the cylinder swing out. Number 7. Sulin Arms Armsel Striker and Tiger Root .410 Revolver Shotgun. The shotgun that shouldn't exist. At first glance, your brain rejects it, because it looks like a revolver. But it's not firing handgun rounds. It's firing .410 shotgun shells. This is one of the very few revolving shotguns that actually works. And works well. 5-shot cylinder. Swing-out design. Just like a classic wheel gun. Except every chamber is loaded with shotgun firepower. Wood furniture gives it that old-school Wild West soul, but don't let that fool you. This thing is modular. Interchangeable choke threads mean you can tune it. Tight patterns, wider spread defense, or small game. Something almost no revolver platform can do. You can run it double action when things get chaotic, or thumb the hammer back and take a precise single-action shot when it matters. Here's the part that makes people stop talking. A .410 slug out of this platform hits with nearly double the muzzle energy of a .357 Magnum. Read that again. You're holding a revolver that hits harder than handgun calibers people trust with their lives. Reloading faster than you expect. Swing out the cylinder. Dump all 5 shells at once. Feed fresh rounds. Snap it shut. No stuffing shells one by one. No tube to top off. Short, fast, devastating up close. And psychologically, watching someone swing out a shotgun cylinder does things to people. This is not a range toy. This is not a gimmick. This is a backup gun that turns disbelief into silence very quickly. But we're officially past the warm-up phase now, because the next shotgun proves you don't need gas systems, or magazines, or polymer to dominate. Number 6. Henry Axe Model .410 Old Soul. Modern teeth. Some designs refuse to die, not because they're nostalgic, but because they work. Number 6 takes one of the oldest repeating firearm concepts ever made and drags it straight into the modern world. This is a lever action .410 built like it expects to be passed down, not replaced. Solid, heavy, confident, no gas system, no magazines, nothing to tune, nothing to baby, just steel, timing, and muscle memory. The lever throw is smooth, fast enough that trained shooters can almost keep pace with pump actions. And unlike a pump, you can top it off anytime through the side loading gate without unloading the chamber. That matters, because when you're moving, hunting, or defending, you don't want the gun to go empty on you. This platform adapts shockingly well. Lights, optics, so rails where they actually make sense. Fiber optic sights glow when light disappears. Choke threads let you tune the pattern for different jobs. And the balance, perfect for tight hallways and thick woods alike. This is the rare shotgun that feels equally natural clearing a space or picking a clean shot through branches. No recoil system to clean. No cycling issues. Rain, snow, mud, it doesn't care. And the action, that solid chunk when you run the lever, that's confidence. This is the .410 for people who don't chase trends. They trust mechanisms that have already survived a century, but now the rules are about to break completely. Because the next gun fits more .410 shells than should be physically possible into a package that looks almost unreal. Number 5. Keltec G410. How is this even legal? This gun looks like it breaks the laws of physics, because when you first hear the numbers, your brain says, no, that can't be right. But it is. This .410 holds 14 plus 1 rounds. 14 plus 1. In a package shorter than most traditional shotguns. This is a bullpup design, which means the action sits behind the trigger. That single decision changes everything. You get full barrel length, full velocity, in a shockingly compact frame, but capacity is where this thing becomes ridiculous. It runs dual magazine tubes, one on each side of the barrel, and there's a selector switch. That means you can load birdshot on one side, slugs, or buckshot on the other, and switch between them instantly. No reloading, no guessing what's in the chamber. Situation changes, flip the selector. Now that's tactical flexibility no traditional shotgun can touch. Ejection drops straight down so shells don't fly past your face or bounce off walls. In tight spaces, that matters. And despite the capacity, it stays light, balanced, and insanely maneuverable. Corners, doorways, vehicles. This thing moves where long guns struggle. This is not a nice shotgun. This is a problem solver, high capacity, low recoil, multiple ammo types on tap, and somehow, it's still affordable. But now we leave modern madness behind, because number 4 flips the tone completely, from tactical chaos to pure refined class. Number 4, Beretta 686. Silver Pigeon 1.410, beautiful, but never fragile. Up to now, everything has been tactical, compact, aggressive, purpose-built. Number 4 goes the opposite direction. This is the .410 that doesn't look like a weapon. It looks like an heirloom. An over-under shotgun built with the kind of craftsmanship that modern factories can't fake. Slim receiver, perfect balance, wood that feels alive in your hands. Every line exists for a reason. Break it open. Spent shells eject cleanly. Drop in 2 fresh rounds. Snap it shut. No rush, no noise, just precision. What separates this gun isn't power. It's how naturally it points. You don't aim it. You look, and it's already there. That's the secret of high-end over-unders. They become an extension of your body. The interchangeable chokes let it adapt. Close-range upland open fields, longer shots when needed. And despite the elegant look, this is not a safe queen. Hunters drag these through. Rain, mud briars, season after season. Thousands of rounds later, they still lock up tight, still swing clean, still feel right. This is the kind of shotgun your kids will inherit and their kids will still use. It's expensive, yes, but this isn't a purchase, it's a legacy. And now, we're done being polite. Because number 3 goes right back to brutal practicality and legal loopholes that change everything. Number 3, Mossberg 5.9, 0 Shockwave, .410, small, angry, and built for close quarters. This gun exists because someone found a loophole and decided to use it. No stock, short barrel, compact enough to move where full-size shotguns struggle. Legally, it's not classified the way you think it is. Functionally, it's a close-range problem solver. This .410 is built for tight spaces, doorways, hallways, vehicles, places where long barrels get caught and slow you down. Despite its size, it still runs a proven pump-action system, the kind that keeps cycling no matter what you feed. Cheap shells, defensive loads, rain, dirt, neglect. It doesn't care. The grip is designed to control recoil without a stock, and the strapped forend keeps your support hand exactly where it needs to be. That matters, because this gun moves fast. And here's the part most people overlook. In .410, recoil is actually manageable. That means faster follow-up shots. More control. Real training without beating yourself up. This is the shotgun for people who want defense without 12-gauge punishment. No fancy features, no decorations, just compact power, reliability, and a design that clears spaces like it was born to do it. But now, we're almost at the top. Because number 2 proves something crazy. A .410 can embarrass larger gauges in competition. Number 2, Browning Citori, 725 sporting .410. When skill beats caliber. This is the .410 that makes experienced shooters nervous. Not because it looks intimidating, but because they know what it can do in the right hands. This shotgun was built for performance, long barrels, perfect sight plane, balance so precise that when you mount it with your eyes closed, it points exactly where you're looking. That's not marketing, that's engineering. The trigger breaks clean and consistent every single time. No creep, no surprises. When milliseconds matter, that consistency is everything. In competition, recoil is the enemy, and this is where the .410 flips the script. Less recoil means faster recovery, cleaner doubles, more control shot after shot. While larger gauges are fighting to settle back on target, this gun is already moving to the next clay. And here's the part that hurts egos. Shooters are winning against 12-gauge competitors with this platform. Not because the gun cheats, but because it lets skill shine through without punishment. Weather resistance keeps it running in heat, humidity, and rain. Finish stays clean long after traditional bluing would give up. This is not a beginner's gun. This is a specialist's tool. The kind of shotgun you buy when you already know how to shoot and want nothing holding you back. And now, there's only one left. The gun that proves the .410 is no longer a novelty. The gun that redefined what small bore can mean. Number 1, Benelli Ethos Cordoba BEST .410. The gun that ended the .410. Joke. For decades, the .410 was treated like a novelty, something you start with, something you outgrow. This gun ended that conversation completely. Ultra light, lightning fast, and engineered at a level most shotguns never reach. This is a semi-auto .410 built around a system that doesn't care what you feed it. Light loads, heavy loads, dirty shells, cold mornings, wet marshes. It just runs. No tuning, no adjustments, no excuses. The weight is almost shocking. You shoulder it and think something's missing until you fire. Recoil is so soft it feels unreal. Not manageable, not comfortable, effortless. That means faster follow-ups, better control, and the ability to shoot longer, harder, and cleaner than bigger gauges. The barrel design kills muzzle flip. The gun stays flat. Targets fall in sequence so fast it feels automatic. This is where engineering shows its teeth. Because with this platform, the .410 stops being small. It becomes efficient. Experienced shooters can empty the tube in seconds, not because they're rushing, but because the gun never gets in the way. Everything about it feels intentional. The materials, the balance, the finish. Nothing rattles, nothing flexes, nothing feels cheap. This is the shotgun that proves one thing beyond doubt. You don't need more gauge, you need better design. And once you shoot this, going back feels like a downgrade. So here's the truth. The .410 was never weak. It was misunderstood. From survival tools that refuse to die, to competition machines that embarrass larger calibers, to high-capacity designs that rewrite the rules, the .410 has evolved. And now it demands respect. If one of these surprised you, drop it in the comments. If this video changed how you see the .410, hit like. And if you want more breakdowns that cut through the myths and focus on what actually works, subscribe. Because small bore doesn't mean small impact.